course, both apps put the chat on the right hand side. Alright, this looks better. Okay. Mute this mic. Here we go, here we go. No music today because Sony kicked me off yesterday for playing music as I paint. And I put disclaimers that I'm not making any money off these videos. Blah blah. So, try not to get angry about it. I try not to get angry about it. Just try to move on with my life. It's crazy though. Okay. Just gonna start with the shield because I don't know how warm I am. Go today till about 2, so it'll be a nice long stream. As long as I don't get kicked off for no silly reason, I should be okay. I was gonna try to wear a headset so I could still listen to music, but even that didn't work. Couldn't get the Bluetooth to connect, so no music for me today. That looks like right here. Right there. Oh, I'm a mess. Oh yeah, I'm a mess. It's almost Friday. So grats to everybody who made it this week. Grinding to Friday. If I could, I'd put on that DJ Shadow song. I love that song. Used to listen to the hell out of that song and I'd be driving to work and it would just depress me more. It would just depress me more. But all the people who can support their jobs and not go crazy from them, big respect. Because there's some jobs out there where they really push one's patience. don't really like painting during the day, to be honest. But I want to get this done because this weekend I'm going to be pretty busy. Got First Friday tomorrow. Gonna be not gonna be on the main drag. I'm never on the main drag First Friday, and the reason I'm not on the main drag at First Friday is because they charge more than I can afford. If I sell a painting at open air market, I usually sell them for about $100 to $200, and that's how much they're charging for rent. So if I sell one painting, I'm usually just breaking even. So breaking even is fine, but these paints and the airbrushes and everything else, it's pretty costly. So I mean, just this week I had to, when my airbrush broke down, I had to go buy parts and replacement parts, and just those replacement parts alone set me back, you know. So if I was to run numbers on my artwork, I'm just barely breaking even, you know. And even when it feels like I'm making money or whatever, it's just. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that. But what I am complaining about is the promoters for First Friday and the city and everything else taking advantage and charging a little too much. But that's okay. You know, there's always somebody willing to pay, and there's always somebody like me that's willing to look for another venue or somewhere else to show my art rather than get played like a sucker. I'm not saying that the other people are suckers. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be a sucker. And I've been a sucker before, so I'm not judging anybody, because I've done the same many times. Many times, you know, you get caught with that exposure thing. And it's true, sometimes, you know, the exposure guys, sometimes they have a point. You know, there's no other way you're going to show your art sometimes. No other way you're going to get your art out there unless you start showing it, you know. But, you know, they know that, and they're taking advantage. So, good on them. Good on them taking advantage of artists, you know. That's what you got to do to make money. Good for you. Good for you, because just like I was talking about last night, the nerds got their revenge. And next will be the creatives. Once the AI takes over the nerds, it's all a circle of life. So the AI, once the nerds create AI, it's going to take over for them. There'll be no more need for nerds. And creatives will be back in business. Circle of life. I think jocks will also have a good time too, because I think MMA fighting and things like that, they're just going to continue, because robot fights aren't that entertaining. They have those like robot gladiator things, and they're boring. So, you ever watch those robots fight? It's dumb. Now I'd watch some mechs fight though. Big old mechs. Next World War will have mechs. Hopefully. Not nukes. Mechs, not nukes. Ramblings of a lunatic here. Ramblings of a lunatic as I paint. Night King. And that's why I play music when I paint, because I'd rather not listen to myself ramble on about dumb crap. Like that crazy uncle when I'm painting. Night King is cool. Yeah, this painting might take me quite a while, so. Definitely want to get started early today and try to get it ready by tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be bringing originals, so I may not bring the original with me tomorrow out, but I will. But I will bring a copy, and a good-looking copy of it. If I do bring the original, it's going to be framed and protected in plastic, and it probably won't be for sale. More than likely, it won't be for sale. Just for show. Because I'm trying to hold off. I'm trying to get some Patreon sponsors. So what I'm trying to do is, all the pieces that I do here live, only sell them on Patreon. That way I can get a little bit of support, hopefully. You know, and my Patreon isn't expensive, you know. $5, $20, you know. And everybody gets something, you know. You're not just giving me support. And I'll make sure that you leave your address. I'll send you, depending on how much you donate, either a print or an original. The Believers, which is Believers are 25. Believers get a print, a really nice print though, hand embellished, hand signed, nothing cheap, no buyer's remorse. I hope. The only way you'll have buyer's remorse if you don't like the piece when you get it, but you know, if you contact me, I'll let you choose the piece. If you don't, I'll send you a piece I feel that you'll like. And I've already had a few Believers before, trying to get to the point of 500 a month, and that'll just cover my costs. It's not, you know, like I said, I'm always just breaking even. I'm not getting rich off this stuff. I mean, everybody knows that, right? People don't like to believe that you can make money off art, even though you can. It takes a lot of hustling, though. It takes a lot of hard work. Most people just aren't willing to put the work in to do it. That's all. And there's a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of promoters out there. There's a lot of art pimps. Believe it or not, people that are pimping out young artists and getting people straight out of art schools and promising them promotion and this and that, and getting them to do free artwork. We've all fallen for it. There's some artists that are smart enough to have never fallen for it, and talented enough, because a lot of the guys that have never fallen for it, super good artists. Yeah, they didn't have to, you know. But the rest of us, scrubs, we gotta learn the hard way. Sad, ain't it? I liken this a lot to the like NFL stuff. Not everybody's gonna make it. You know? Got all these parents like pushing their kids to do good in sports and try to make them the next LeBron James, and most of them aren't. You know? And I think there's the same thing. You know? You got enough talent and hard work, dedication, you'll make it. If not, you can still do it. You can still do it. It's like Dr. Dre said on it's a movie about hip hop. I forgot what movie it was. But Dr. Dre was like, I'd be still doing this if I was a plumber. If he was a plumber, he'd still be doing hip hop. He'd still be making beats. He'd still be making rhymes. He'd still be doing it. And that's the way I kind of see myself. Like, yeah, the carbs maybe didn't work out for me to work at Weta Workshop or somewhere sweet like that, and really, or Pixar. That wasn't really in my cards, but I can still do art. Kind of just make my own way, you know? I don't have a problem with that. How cool would it be to show up to work and have to do this Night King, man? You got this Night King in your briefcase, man, just ready to show at work. That would be the best feeling ever. So big props to the guy who... Sorry about that. Stream still in line. Yeah, if I get one of those junk scam likely calls, I gotta get a camera. Another good reason to do this at night. Anybody watch the Smoke Box last night? Be Real had Joe Rogan on. It's pretty sweet. I was wanting to watch that live, but something's going on with live video lately on YouTube, man. Joe Rogan hasn't been doing live. And I'm going to go through after this layer, these layers here, this initial layer, and add darks and lights still, even after. I'm not going to, this blue, kind of, if you look at the Bourdain, I did the Bourdain in monochrome. This isn't going to be a monochrome piece. So right now it's kind of looking like this, like I'm following the same formula as what I did on the Bourdain. But in the end, it's going to be more of the formula that I did the Ghost with. And this piece also is going to contain lettering. So I'm gonna be lettering it at the end, Night King, labeling it like I did the other pieces. The Ghost piece, which is rare for me because I don't really like, unless it's a graffiti piece, unless I'm doing letters out on the street, I don't, like necessarily like lettering with my artwork. Like, if it was graphic design or something, then yeah, you know, but these are kind of designed to be a little bit graphic-y, so I really like the way it made me feel to write the ghost letters on me. What's up, Mickey? Dog's coming in here and checking on me. What's up, Mickey? Want to come hang out? I didn't keep this area masked, so I got a little bit of overspray on it, but I'm going to go over that whole area with the dark gray later, so overspray means nada. Nada, nada, nada. Overspray used to ruin my experience as an airbrusher. I'm still a little bit overspray-y. I admit that. But I'm getting better. And I have more control, way more control now over the airbrush than I used to. Still use a lot of freehand shield though. But I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of any technique I do. You know why? Because I do whatever works. Whatever works for me, I do. And if you're ashamed of your techniques, when you go paint live and stuff like that, you're never going to be able to do it because you're going to be like, oh, they're going to see me doing this cheat code or that cheat code. So shit. I've seen people do every cheat code. You know, when I was painting graffiti in the 90s, you weren't allowed to use any extra things besides a spray can. You couldn't use tape. If you used tape, you were a sucker. You were a toy. And you couldn't use any stencils whatsoever. Now, you go out there, you got people using paintbrush. When I first went to, I retired from graffitis from 2000 to, the year 2000, actually 99. From 99 all the way to 2011, I was retired completely from graffiti. I fell off the map, I fell off the scene. Nobody knew me, nobody cared who I was anymore. And you know what? I'm glad that I did that because I don't care about props. You know, I don't care about street credibility or any of that. I ain't playing none of that shit. I ain't playing that game. I do what I want, paint what I want, I paint how I want. But it was amazing to me when I went back to a yard. I wanted to learn how to paint again because I got hired based on some of my graffiti pictures to do some murals. And I didn't know how to use the Montana cans. I didn't know shit. It was all just new again. There was no more Krylon. I went to go to Home Depot to buy Krylon. There was no more Krylon. Rusto still worked, but I didn't know where to get tips from anymore. So it was just like all relearning everything again. And I saw people out at the yards using tape to do burners. I saw them using stencils. I met an artist at one of the yards named Hugh Matt, and she was using paintbrush, and that blew my mind. That blew my mind because back in the old days, you could never use paintbrush. It was like she was just sitting there paintbrushing on a piece at a yard, and I was like, how is that even possible? Maybe like at Venice, like some bum like goes and puts up a piece and uses paintbrush. That's the only way I could see it happening in the old days, but not a graph artist. No way. So I called all my friends and I told them how everything has changed, and they're just like, what? Because a lot of my friends fell off with me. My cousins and friends that painted graph with me, they all kind of fell off. That's the bad thing about graph. You got to really stay consistent. And I learned that from falling off. And falling off was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's like the end of Game of Thrones. And Bran says that, you know, everything that you've done has made you the man you are, to Theon, and that's kind of how it is in life, man. Everything you do kind of makes you who you are. It happens for a reason. So don't have any regrets. No regrets. I'm gonna down that hair later. So got most of the head in. Let me do his neck. Not finished, but let me do his neck. None of this is ever finished on the first pass. If you're finishing stuff on the first pass, I've learned that it's not a good thing. I used to rush to get everything done. Still do a little bit. So I hope everybody can see what I'm painting. Turn this a little bit so that to you. See a little bit more. And I'm gaining weight quick. I went down to 199 a few weeks ago, keto and exercise, but yeah, I'm gaining weight again quick. See myself in the camera, you know, the camera never lies. So I gotta start dieting again. I just hate keto. Like at first I loved keto. I was like, it was great, you know. So over it. Can't believe how fast I gained weight though. It's crazy. And I wasn't even at my goal when I was at 199. I was like close to it. Very close, but I wasn't there. I wanted to be like at 180. 175. Looking live, looking good. Oh well. The important thing is I try to get my exercise in. What's going on right there anymore? That shirt's gonna be a pain in the buttocks. It's gonna look dope though. Especially if I pull it off. If I pull it off and it looks 3D, the shirt, I'm gonna be pretty happy. But if I don't get it the way I want it to look, it's gonna suck. So this week I had my first real hiccup on the show. Not having another airbrush ready to go. I have airbrushes, but they have thicker nozzles, and I didn't want to use them. And I had extra parts, I just didn't have the right part for what broke down. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. I've ordered another airbrush, another Iwata Eclipse CS. That's my favorite airbrush until I start using something else and decide that's my favorite airbrush. But I've been using the CS for a good 7-8 years now. I haven't been airbrushing that long, to tell you the guys the truth. I have a long history with airbrush, though. I airbrushed as a kid in my garage. I had a Pache VL. That was the airbrush at the time. And I would make shirts for me and my friends, and I think I made shirts for a couple family members too. I remember making a Little Mermaid shirt for somebody. It might have been my sister. Little Mermaid was big at the time. It just came out. That was the cartoon. I used to freehand everything. I freehanded everything all my life, so if anybody ever calls me out about a projector, because I do project these now, they will know that I paid my dues with it freehanding. I used to draw them with pencil first on the t-shirts. Airbrush t-shirts were big back then too. Now, not so much. People still buy them like at carnivals and stuff, but I'm just not into it, man. I don't like them. I don't even like wearing them for myself. They feel weird. That's just not my thing. Got a lot of buddies that do it for a living though, so I'm not gonna bad talk it too much. More than I already have, right? They're already pissed at me. It's alright, some of them voted for Trump, so no, I'm not gonna get political. Just playing. Just playing. People are so tribal about their political beliefs nowadays, man. You can't tell nobody nothing. Don't try to change nobody's mind online. You're not. So better not even to talk about it. Moving along. What up, man? What you doing, Clifford? Good to see you, man. Got my airbrush fixed. I'm back. Got no music on today though, because I got cut off last night by Sony. So Sony gave me the boot off Facebook last night. I'm still pretty pissed about it. Not pissed, just like I guess frustrated is more the word. Like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? You know, just sit here and talk to myself for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever I do. I usually go for about an hour. I usually do about between an hour, hour and a half. And then when I first started out, my goal was 3 hours. I may go back to that. But ooh, them 3 hours sitting on your butt. Get a little rough. I'll probably be back online later tonight also. Finishing this guy up because I got a long way to go. Long, long way to go. It is crazy. This is crazy. Here's my number. Got no music, so I'm saying crazy stuff. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this graphite. Pink Pearl does a good job of getting rid of the graphite. Yeah, standing all day sucks. Thanks, Clifford. I gotta break up. You know, I have a headset right here. I was gonna try a headset, but it wouldn't connect to my Bluetooth. And I'm using my phone to record this, so it's not an option. But I am gonna start wearing a headset and just got rid of some graphite, took some paint off, but I'm gonna start wearing a headset to listen to music on my own because I need music. This is crazy. Clifford airbrushing in the house. Clifford is a big influence on me. He's a big reason why I'm airbrushing still. Because I probably would have given up the airbrush a long time ago if I wasn't seeing all the dope stuff that Clifford was putting out and the way he was doing it. And just he keeps me motivated. He's one of the big influences in my life. So I'm glad that he's around. I'm glad I met him, and I'm glad he's in this. I'm glad he's watching my stream right now. That's cool. If I didn't know Clifford, I'd be probably trying to meet him. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I wish I could meet that guy. But don't take nobody for granted, because that ain't cool, man. That ain't cool. Thanks, brother. That. I'm gonna put some more layers on his face before I move on to the shirt. It's gonna be pretty much the same colors. Alright, so I think I got most of the cracks up here. Just following along with that. I think there's a little bit of here. So yeah, they're not kicking me off Facebook today because I don't have any fucking Nas playing, helping me out. Music is so important. Alright, let me go darker with this. Add a little bit more to this nose real quick before I do it. There's always something to do, man. There's always some detail you missed. Or one thing I started doing too is checking the backs of these freehand shields before I put them on my canvas. Sometimes put them down and they'll get paint on them or something. And oh yeah, the Night King. All right. He's coming along. I'm gonna go darker with this blue for a little bit. "45 minutes in. Not bad for an hour. So I'm 2 hours and 45 minutes. Maybe a little less. Maybe about 2 hours and a half in to the piece. Which is okay in my book. God, I got a leak in here. I'm gonna fix that. Thank you, Marie. All right, Clifford, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I tried that before. I'm gonna try it again next time I play music. Because I think that's why I got shut down yesterday, because I didn't title that. Because the other times I didn't get shut down, I just got warnings, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna mute your stream. You know, we're gonna mute parts of your stream." And I'm like, well, you know, who cares? People don't really watch the playbacks on Facebook, anyways. They usually watch the playbacks on YouTube, so I didn't really care. But last night they just shut me down completely, and they told me that Sony, you know, asked for me to be shut down. And I'm like, how are they doing this real time, you know? Like, how are they, I mean, I know they have bots. But it's like why shut my stream down with, like, you know, 20 viewers or whatever? I don't have a lot of viewers. And it's not like I'm like some crazy stream. I mean, you got people streaming UFC fights and boxing fights and stuff on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. You know, and those guys don't get caught. You know, and it's like, why me? I'm just listening to music as I paint. That's just whatever. Not even. I'm gonna stop bitching about it. I'm probably driving people crazy with it. The bitching. So this is just a darker black, just getting in some more contrast on this guy. Just added a little bit of darkness. Little bit of darkness. Never hurt anybody, right? Now I'm going to do a similar color. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of white to this for the armor. So there we go there. A little bit dark here. Don't want to overdo it. It's like the whites, you can't overdo it. Thanks for stopping by too, Maria. I appreciate it. These daytime streams usually get a few more viewers than the nighttime. But like I said, it's not like I have 1 million viewers. It's really it's got a real small group of people watching this still, and I'm okay with that. I'm just going to keep doing it, that's all. So more people jump on board. Make believers out of non-believers. Right? See, I don't believe in haters. I believe in non-believers. It's not that they're hating on you. They don't know you. How are they going to hate you? But they aren't believing in you. They don't believe you can do it. Public Enemy coined that word, and I used to always use non-believers. I used non-believers since I was like, I first heard Public Enemy. I bought Yo Bum Rush the Show when I was a kid at Target. I didn't even know what it was. It just looked cool. The cover just looked cool. It looked like some kind of NWA thing or something, so I bought it. But yeah, they talk about non-believers, and I think that's true. That's what it is. People don't really believe in you. They don't know you. They're not gonna be rooting for you. You gotta make people know you by always being there, always, you know. And if they hate you, who cares? That's their problem. Hate's a strong emotion. So anybody watching on Periscope? I don't get a lot of people on Periscope today. Usually in the night I get a lot more people on Periscope. But if anybody's watching on Periscope, since I don't have music on, I usually use my iPad for the music. And the iPad is what has my Periscope app on it. So if you're watching on Periscope today, and you have any questions, I can have a conversation with you today, since I don't have music on. Do the first layer of these, since I got this dark loaded in. These studs. The studs are going to be a pain. Get rid of all of you. studs. So I counted these studs out when I was so that'll be the first layer of them. It already looks like I have more. So every one of these lines I did represented a shadow on the bottom. And my plan was to do these shadows and then cut them. The cut is the term for overlapping. So I'm going to overlap paint to create the effect of the studs. And I'm gonna put Night King. I don't know if I should put it higher or low. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. What time is it now? I still got an hour. Feels like I'm out of paint. No, I'm still got a lot. Maybe I got a clog. No, I'm good. It's a long process, this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, perfect. This armor is going to be the hardest part of the piece, so bear with me on this armor. I will get it figured out. I think when I did the picture of Deadpool from the movie, and it looked pretty much like the picture, I think that's when I figured out that I was able to do a lot more than I thought I could do as far as realism. I mean, I'm not a photorealist expert, but I do okay. Not a master yet. I'm working towards mastery. That's all you can do. hate the bottom right here. I hate this lip. I added this this meter stick right here on the bottom, so that I wouldn't have to deal with that lip as much, and it still bugs me. This is work right here. A little bit of stream has ended. Nope, stream has not ended. Looks like it was enough to take me off Facebook. That's right. Nope, stream's over. Dusting this for color. So I'm getting that gunmetal gray on it a little bit everywhere. Put a little bit of texture on it. And some more blue. Same thing on this side. Starting with the shadows. It's a dark blue. Build these shadows up. Give me 1 second. Some quick pause and go take a piss. Excuse me. Check out the piece. See where we're at while I'm doing that. Alright, here we go. Continuing on. Let's go another hour. Yeah, is this still going on Facebook? I can't tell because on my screen it looks like it's not. So if it is, enjoy. Thanks for. And I'll answer Caesar's question. Yeah, dude, whenever, man. Try it out. You might get hooked. Worst thing that can happen is you get hooked. Because airbrushing is a tough road. Especially in the 2020 era. Then you got the same problem the rest of us do. You got this device that can make you money, but it costs you a lot of money. Costs a lot of money at the same time, so it's an expensive hobby. And it's an expensive art media to use to make art pieces with that for fun and profit. Totally worth it though. Totally worth it. I prefer this over digital. I prefer it over. I don't prefer it over oil paint, but I don't have the time to oil paint. I do have the time to oil paint. I just don't have the patience. How's that? That's probably a better word for it. The oil paint. I wish I did though, because I love oil paintings. That'll probably be in my older age. Not oil, but acrylic. Probably just settle down and do more brush work. My hands start getting arthritis from this. But so far so good on the arthritis. Right under the cheek. What is this? So yeah, I've got some confusion back here. All the lines start kind of crisscrossing each other in your head. Doing something like this. Actually, I'll pop that out. Many passes it's going to take. Something circular right there. So we got this. Couple hours in now, so a little bit of dark. Can't overdo it on any of this stuff. gonna be the hardest part right here, I think. Really making this pop. The good thing is most of this stuff is opaque enough that if I don't get it right the first time, I can keep kind of hitting it until I do. I call this dusting. Just kind of laying in a layer of color. Getting rid of the white. I don't know what the real term for it would be. So I'm going till 2 p.m. and it's 1:30, so we got 30 minutes. Plenty of time to get a lot done. Then I'll probably be back online again tonight, about 9 or 10 p.m. Putting in another last 2 hours on this, 1 to 2 hours. Finishing all the details, putting a little bit of work in, and then tomorrow, before First Friday, we might go live with it for an hour, since I don't have to go to First Friday until 7. Darker right here, dark stuff right here. So when I was a kid, this is probably where I would leave this painting. Just do these little things and then, alright, I'm out. But since I'm all grown up now, and I have to be professional, I'm gonna paint this all in. Because of Michael Jackson stuck in my head. I'm looking up in my mirror. I'm asking him to change his mind. I don't know how I got that sound in my head. You want to make the world a better place? Look at yourself, make the change. I'm looking at the mirror. I'm asking him to change. Hours and hours of work here. I'll tell you what, it would take much longer to do this with the paintbrush. Oils, forget about it. Things never dry. Except some people are damn good at wet on wet. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change. Michael Jackson in there. How many people saw Finding Neverland? I found that one pretty disgusting. Bad taste. And Michael was guilty of that. Well, he's met his maker already. Hopefully, he wasn't. And those people are just trying to capitalize off his name. Because I always believed that people like him don't just pass away the way they... Another hiccup. La, 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 la. Alright. So, please don't think this armor is done. It's not. It's just the first pass. First layer. Nike. So we're going to put a little bit more blue in this mix. I'm going to go with the Wicked Blue, which is basically just a true blue. New color wheel. I think that'll work nicely. Dusting some blue on this armor. It's all layers. It's all it is layers. Dark again. Don't like that blue too much. That's what I call it. So am I still going on Facebook? I'm seeing people joining. Let me try hitting play. See if that'll work. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like I am still going up. I thought I got cut off. Joke's on me. Go darker. Joke is on me. Thought I was off Facebook. See what happens when you don't play music? You can stay on Facebook for like ever. Lots of detail. Tips. Man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Finding Neverland, man. Pretty disgusting stuff. Pretty disgusting. If they're lying, they're pieces of garbage. When it's somebody's name through the mud like that. If they're not lying, well, it's on God to judge Michael now. Started this year off with all kinds of crazy stuff, like the R. Kelly video, you know. Makes you not trust celebrities at all, you know. I see all the struck parents in that thing, and it's just like, what the hell, man? You guys so desperate to be on TV. Here I am on my YouTube stream judging them for that, but this is my work. This is my stuff. I'm not trying to come up off my kids, you know. Just building this armor up. See how that works. I'm liking the way it looks on the studs. So this might be better than actually painting it, which was my original plan. paint the top of the studs. May not have to. See what the illusion looks like at the end. I'm asking him to change his ways. Watch them ding me for singing Michael Jackson as I'm painting. That'd be fucking just perfect. Now I can't listen to music and I can't fucking sing some bullshit ass Michael Jackson song that's in my head. Probably can't even mention his name. Probably cost money just to mention his name. I wonder how much they paid in royalties just to make Finding Neverland on HBO. Just to use his name. You know? Probably me singing freaking Michael Jackson's gonna get me kicked off of Facebook right now. Let's sing it some more. Ooh-wee. Rough on the carpal tunnel this. I need another electric eraser. I should have ordered one yesterday. It's all money. It's all money. That's all it is. Just throwing money. Money at Amazon. Every other day, there's an Amazon box. Some other goodie. That's probably 100% needed. Let's keep going with the studs. This collar is another fucking problem. We'll get it. Believe, conceive, achieve. I think I'm gonna write Night King right here. So I'm not gonna go too crazy on this side, but I'm gonna try to make it look as detailed as I can. Yeah, I think I'll write the Night King right here. Boom. I think that'll look good. I'm going to stop in about 10 minutes and then do a little bit of recording for Instagram. Do about 10-15 minutes for Instagram. And I have no idea what the name of the place I'm going to be at. The first Friday tomorrow is called. I forgot. I should pick up the flyer. If anybody is watching that knows. No, I'll share the flyer right now after I get off. Look at those studs. Those are some studly studs. Tell you what, I've been watching Forged in Fire lately, and man, I want to learn how to blacksmith so bad. Was watching it last night. Jesus, I cannot watch that show and not want to learn how to blacksmith. I want to learn how to make swords, man. Cool as shit. It just looks like the type of work I like doing. I like working with my hands. I like work where your skill matters. If you suck at it, your blade's going to be shitty. And it's going to be seen from a mile away. But you don't know what the hell you're doing. I like that. I wish all work was like that. When you work in the corporate world, you see a lot of hacks. You see a lot of people that are there because their connections or whatnot. And that shit sickens. It sickens the way that our society works. Like, come on, man. That was a better time. Yeah, we had more diseases and shit in the Middle Ages, and you had to worry about like warlords coming and taking your shit, but at least the work you did, skill mattered. It wasn't like now with all the bullshit. People embellishing, people talking themselves up. Can't talk your way through a frickin' blade. Can't be like, my blade's better because once, I don't know the name of the dude who says it will kill, uses that blade, if it breaks, it's a shitty blade. You fucked up. That's what it's all about. We almost got the armor. Still more layers are going to be needed to make it look a little smoother, but it's starting to look like armor. Which is a good thing. And that's just with an eraser and some paint. A little bit of wrist and elbow grease. Alright, what time is it? 1:54. 5 more minutes and I'll go a little bit on Instagram. Anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, it's at Lou Isms 101. And it's pretty much, I don't post there daily. I post there whenever I get a new piece. So could be a reason for my poor performance on Instagram. Because I don't like to repost a lot of old shit. But I'm working more lately on getting more artwork done. So soon I'll have more stuff on Instagram. More content for Instagram. This summer I'm going to be really busy. I'm going to be painting full time pretty much this summer. I've been slacked off most of the winter. But the sun really energizes me in the summer, so I'll be very busy. going to lots of art fairs. I applied to Sedona Art Fair. I don't know if I'm going to get taken. I'm going to try to go to Mar Vista again. Downtown LA Art Walk is trying to get into our downtown LA Art Walk. Mar Vista. I'll be doing some First Fridays. Not every First Friday because of the fees, like I was talking about earlier. I'm getting a little bit fed up with pay to play. I don't mind paying for a vendor booth, but hundreds of dollars for a vendor booth, no, that's not happening. You know, because I'm only gonna break even. You know, even if I don't sell anything, which happens, it happens quite often. That's nothing. So imagine going to work and working for no paycheck, because that's basically what happens. You know, and it's not any of the people's fault. You know, if I'm not making anything that they want to buy, you know, that's my fault. But I also don't have. It is my fault for giving money to promoters who don't give a shit if you sell or anything. You know, Mar Vista, I've been out there twice, and they've never charged me for a booth at all. I didn't sell the first time I went out there. Costed me a lot of money to go out there, but I went out again and I sold the second time. And it costed me a lot to drive out there because I have an SUV that's 8-cylinder, and I also have a Toyota Tundra that's 8-cylinder. So it costs a lot to go out there, but it was totally worth it. You know. Best thing about living in Vegas is you're 4 hours from LA, and if you need to get out to LA, you can get out there for the day. I drove back the same night many times. 4 hours is a long time, but you can do it, you know. I drive out there the same day in Mar Vista. Go to sleep, wake up in the morning, drive home, I'm in Vegas. You know, so thank you to my Tia Sandra out there who lets me stay with her when I do them. I really appreciate. She's always been there for me. Even when I was younger, and I didn't want to live in California, Las Vegas when my parents first moved out here. She let me stay out there with her, and her husband wasn't too pleased with that. Probably even costed her her marriage. But that's just the kind of person that my aunt is when it comes to family. And you know, you can't teach that, you know. That's just the way some people are. Good people, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I've finished all the studs. Well, not finished, but I've made an impression of where all the studs are gonna be and how they're gonna be popping out. So I'm gonna go up into Instagram now, and if you guys want to check that out, it's at Lou Isms 101. And thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining. Peace. Let me show you guys the piece real quick, though. Here's where we're at. Last night he was freaking me out. I had to turn off the light because the eyes were following me everywhere. So